Welcome you according to your time zone. If you are joining this broadcast, share this video, invite others to join. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, I greet you and I welcome you to this wonderful afternoon exposition. We are going to do it again, of course. So while you are joining, share the video, invite others to join. Invite other people to join. We are live, we are direct. So continue to share this video, invite other people to join. We are going to be navigating few things, and I want to use this opportunity before we go to what we have to do this afternoon. First of all, let us see. Okay, there is a problem here. Let us connect to Facebook. We are going live on Facebook as well, and then we are live on Twitter. We are live on all the platforms. Whichever one you are watching from, follow that platform. Continue to share the video, invite others to join. Invite others to join. We are going to make it very, very brief. We are going to make it brief. Let's just, okay. We are good to go. Share the video, invite others to join. I greet you once again. For people who are joining, because we are joining Facebook right now, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night to some of you, depending on where you are watching from. You are welcome to this afternoon exposition, where I am going to be navigating the politics in Nigeria. I am also going to be bringing to you the evidence to show you that the man you are following in the name of autopilot is indeed a con artist, and he is very, very predictable. He is indeed predictable. That is the reason why I am not going to, take much of our time. We are going straight into the studio after this speech in order to go and show you the evidence. If you can remember the day before, our First Lady came to Radio Biafra, or even, okay, I think it is the same day before our First Lady came to Radio Biafra. I told you, I made a broadcast, and I told you that these people who started threatening our First Lady before she appears in Radio Biafra, of course, they have predicted we might not have enough audience on Facebook. So if you are watching on Facebook, share this video, invite others to join. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video for the algorithm to continue to share. If you are watching on Twitter, continue to retweet after following the autopilot all this while. Listen to what his claims are, because his claim states that they have won because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, Lolo Uchechi, the First Lady of Biafra that we know, came to Radio Biafra to expose their shenanigan and their, fight against IPOB, and made it confirm that these people are indeed ectoparasites, which you can as well call the people who came to destroy what we are doing in IPOB. So because the law came out, and he knows that if he come out now to come and fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife directly, of course, so many of you who are just mentally weak, that are following him for the sake of him telling you he will bring you Biafra, might turn against him. That is the reason why he cannot come out straight to start attacking Lolo Uchechi. Rather, he will start using people like what do you call it? People like the one they call Chiamaka. That Efulefu that I thought that his brain came back to normal. That is the reason the people he will start using. Because those are double agent. You will never realize that these people are double agent. They don't belong anywhere. These people you see, they are double agent. And remember that what you are saying playing out from the type of people you called, the one you call Chiamaka. I don't know when a man starts answering Chiamaka. The idiot, I thought that his brain is back to normal after following the autopilot all this while. And that one is also engineered by Kanu. In case if you are not paying attention, what Chiamaka is doing is also engineered by Kanu. So if you believe that the stories of Kanu is finished, it has just begun. Because the truth is what we are going to tell the children of Elohim. Because when you see him on our photo, he is working, he is at work, he is making this broadcast. Don't you have time to go home since you are at work, one boy, and you want to make a quick broadcast that doesn't make sense? Then you look at all this type of people, inconsequential bigotries, and they are talking rubbish against people. You appear inconsequential when they are around you. You will not be seen. You appear invincible. Because number one thing I have to say is that when you come to say something, you don't have a point. You don't make sense. You are part of those, their brain is very weak to understand something, that went and run to the enemy. After all this while, months you followed autopilot, you have not realized what you are doing. Even until now, you have not realized anything. You haven't learned your lesson yet. And still, you are still so compromised and so ignorant, so stupid that you cannot read in between the lines. So many of these bigots, they believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife Lolo will come and start gossiping like them in the social media space. We are still coming to what we are here to talk about. You believe that he will come and start telling you, this person is this person, that person is that person. They said that anya ka eji amoka characha, and there is an adage that says that Biafrans janya abuizu. We talk to ourselves with our eye contact. And if they give you an adage in our land and they explain it to you, it means that you are murdered by Fulan. You are fathered by Janjaweed. You are fathered by Janjaweed. Atu onya tuoli inu kowalia. Man ege jinunya na niyi, and ege jinunya na niyi gosi no mother no Janjaweed ma window be me fed ni see the boy or the girl. That is how it is. One thing our people does not understand is that in a corporate world, in professional world, in intellectual world, there are people who need to come and drop 2 idioms for you. They have answered all your questions. They don't need to start breaking it down. It takes another person who is intelligent to decode their metaphor. That is the reason why I keep telling you that English language is your problem. English language is your problem until they begin to teach you and everything in your mother tongue. Write your physics and chemistry. No wonder nobody is innovative in Africa. Only when they go out of Africa. Because they use English language to oppress your studies, to oppress your curriculum. While at that, they remove your history so that you will not know that we use eye contact to talk. Everything about you was removed in your curriculum until that is what destroys you. When you hear that English language, for you to digest it, for you to unpack it, for you to break it down and analyze it to your brain and say, this is this, this is that, it is very difficult for you, even including to those who believe that they are intellectual. In some of these English words, they are very, very, I will say they are idiomic. They are idioms. Some of them are not analyzed the way it is spoken, especially in this artificial intelligence era. That is why there is computer language, there is medical language, there is professional language. In English language, there is professional English, there is computer English, there is medical English. If you understand that it is not the same way that a medical doctor speak when they are telling you about things that concerns medical field, it's not the same way a computer person will speak when they are analyzing to you things that concerns computer. The same applies to the corporate world. It is not the type of vocabulary you get from corporate world you will expect to get from medical field. No, they are quite different from each other. So it is up to you to know which one is communicating and how do I navigate it. Now let me come lower. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife came to Radio Biafra, questions were thrown to her. She navigated those questions. She answered those questions. And the way she answered those questions, I told you that Eberima knew that she is going to be constructive with answering of her questions. Now you will know exactly what constructive being constructive means. Just like when they asked her about the DOS, what she thinks about the DOS, she told you that the DOS is hierarchical structure, that it is like a human being cannot do without their vertebrate column, which is their backbone. The vertebrate column, the skeleton, or you may call it backbone, that human being cannot stand. If you remove the vertebrate column from a human being, that human being is going to be paralyzed or crippled. They will not be able to move any part of their body again. If you remove the vertebrate column, which is holding the structure, okay, right, you will not stand if you remove it, because you will be limp. Now she explained, she analyzed it like that. That is being constructive. She gave you example instead of telling you DOS is what we must follow. That is answering question constructively. When she was asked about the family members, she answered you and said that the family members, there are nothing wrong. There is no way she will come and start telling you that family member, this family, she told you that Emmanuel always call her and ask her, are you okay? Did she call Kanu to Kanu? Of course no. That is where you will now navigate constructiveness of that question, that the answer that she gives, for you to understand what exactly is going on. And that is exactly the reason why, because the people that it concerns, they know that no, this lady nailed it, even though she was constructive, which some people who are intellectual, believing that they are intellect, will not understand the answer she gives. And that is the reason why I am here now to break it down or to unpack those answers for you. When she said that DOS is your vertebrate column in IPOB and they are hierarchical, that is to show you that they are the highest command. Without DOS, every plans that we are putting in place to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released, or to see everything in IPOB moving smoothly, is not going to be possible, because without your vertebrate column you will not be able to walk. Every organization that does not have a structure is not organization. That is the reason why in a corporate world, if you want to go into a business, or let's say if you want to go into a business, first of all you must have board. If it is a business like NGOs and other type of businesses, especially the NGOs, you must have a board of trustees, which is the primary structure of that business. Outside the board, you might have manager and all these supervisors, but the board of trustees is the structure of that business. Without that board, the business will not move swiftly. There will be lawless in that business. It will be like a one-man business, which is limited company. That is why you see companies written Nigeria Limited, and this one limited, that one limited. But as long as it is an organization, NGO, MPO, non-profit companies, MPC, there must be a board of trustees that sees to the, they are the vertebrate column of that organization. And there is a chairman of the board, there is a secretary of the board, there is now executives maybe. Now you will now tell me that if all these rich people you see in the world, like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, they don't have structure in their business, such as board of trustees, because even in their businesses they have board of trustees, because it is a business that has a franchise. You can buy franchise from their businesses, so they must have a board of trustees. It's not NGO, but these are companies that are not limited. Now you will tell me that without board of trustees, how will they regulate the day-to-day activities and the future plans of the business and the how will they actually make that business to be flourishing without leadership? The board of trustees simply means the leadership structure. Likewise, the DOS you see today simply means the leadership structure. Without the DOS, we don't have leadership. Without the DOS, there is no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he won't be able to do it alone. That is the reason why we continue to tell you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is DOS and DOS is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the first member of the DOS. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the founder of this organization. He now established a structure just like the skeleton that carries your body. He established it in order to carry this struggle, to make sure that there is law, everything is in order in the struggle, to make sure that there is no lawlessness in the struggle, to make sure that the day-to-day activities of this struggle is being run in his present or in his absence. But when he is around, he oversight. But when he's not around, Chike Doziem now will be the oversight manager. He will make sure that the organization runs smoothly. So if anybody is coming to tell you that DOS is inconsequential in what we are doing, that means that person has an agenda to make sure that they destabilize that DOS, which is your vertebrate column. When they remove your vertebrate column, it means that you are paralyzed. And when you are paralyzed, whichever thing that you are using your strength to do again is also paralyzed. What am I trying to say? When they remove DOS, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now is standing alone. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing alone, there is an adage that in our land that when your goat is being fed by different type of people in different times, there is no direction. That goat will die of hunger, because if tomorrow I will think that you are feeding the goat, you will be believing I'm feeding the goat, while the other party will be believing that you are feeding the goat. Then that goat will die of hunger. That is how it is. That is the reason why there is always an administrative structure. That is the reason there is always administrative structure, which is the highest structure in IPOB. She answered that question and told you that the DOS is all and all. The DOS is the tipper that is carrying IPOB. The DOS is the truck that is carrying IPOB. The DOS is the skeleton that is holding the body of IPOB. The DOS is the jack that is holding IPOB. So how then do you want to remove all these things that I have mentioned, even though they have the same meaning? How do you want to now remove the structure, the jack that is holding your car, and you will expect your car to still be standing even with no tires? The DOS is a jack holding the car when there is no tire. You cannot just come and pull the jack. You will get hurt. So the primary obligation was to destroy DOS, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will look like Ewa di Igwenyenni. Kagu webuzie. Of course, you saw all their shenanigans prior to the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, was kidnapped rather. All they wanted to do was to make sure that they destroy the power of the DOS. All they wanted was to bring an enemy into that, position of the leadership in the DOS in the name of this guy called Simon Ekpa. That was their plan. When that plan did not work, guess what they did? They had no other choice than to start different types of propaganda, day-to-day propaganda, everyday propaganda. They had no other choice than to start those propaganda. As they started those propaganda, believing that their propaganda will now bring down the structure, so that they will now take over the struggle. And just like I told you, as towards the Anambra State election, there was an agreement between this guy, Eberima in Finland, an APC-led candidate, which he charged him 1 billion naira to boycott, so that it will be, Flores victory to other parties. Of course, APC is the one in charge in the zoo. That was the plan, so that they will have this, means of making their selfish gain. The same road Owazurike went to, the same road Asare Dokubo is going. The same route is the same route that this set of people whom you found as ectoparasites in IPOB are trying their possible best to take over that administrative structure, the hierarchical structure, to make sure that they took over it and politicize it. Just as you may know, that this guy is a politician. He's a politician. The reason why he does not have shame in what he's doing, he is bringing another strategy every day with the same lies and manipulating you, because he knows that a politician in Nigeria in the past 60 years, they have been telling you the same lie with different strategies, and you are buying it. And when you are buying it, they are now exploiting you, putting you in abject poverty, so that you will appear vulnerable. Each time they come to manipulate you, you will give in to their demand, because they have projected you. And as long as you still believe in Nigeria politician, you will have no choice than to believe in Eberima in Finland. He came with all sorts of lies. It is only in Nigeria, mostly, that people are still now doing campaign with pipe-borne water, good road, good schools. Only in Nigeria. Every other countries, they are talking about infrastructural maintenance. Nigeria does not have infrastructure, so they cannot come and tell you that we are going to maintain the infrastructure. They have to build their infrastructure. In every other nation, they talk about infrastructural maintenance. They talk about economic development. They talk about what they are going to do for the country to actually bring foreign investors to come and create employment, to reduce the unemployment rate of 85% in Nigeria. Now, when you talk about all these things, because they will come as a politicians, they were trained in order to use the same lie, refurbish the same lie, present it to you in another way, that you may buy their story, believing that they are going to do what they say they are going to do. Every year, the same story, different method of telling the story, and you are continuing to buy it. Once you buy their story, once they go there, they become Hope Uzodimma, they become Dave Umahi. They now be bringing a Bubago fraternity to start killing you, because they were member of a fraternity group when they were in school. They now create something that it is as if it is created by the government, so that it will be killing their opposition fraternity, so that it will be killing people, innocent people that they believe that they are opposition fraternity. A lawlessness. That is as a result of what you see Dave Umahi, Hope Uzodimma came and created a Bubago. I am still coming to this criminal here, because once we talk about Nigeria politicians, I am giving you examples of the politicians you find in Nigeria. And in Finland is a Nigeria politician. Regardless of him being in Finland, he is a Nigerian politician. Even though he is still a baby politician. But that criminal tendency that drives every politician in Nigeria is inbuilt in him, that will never go away. That is the reason why he is able to refine the same lie, telling you every day by day, and you are buying these stories, because he knows Nigeria ways of politics. Forget about the things he put around him for you to think that he has something. He has nothing. Absolutely, he has nothing. He stays in the Western world, where if you have, as long as you can have anything you want. But when it comes to if cash, then when they say hello to you, you will not even say hi. That is Western world for you. The reason why they made those things available for Ndoko Chicho, like all these people who go and go into money ritual, criminality, because they want to drive Lexus. Because your dream is always lower. Their dream is always small. They want to drive Lexus. They don't want to drive Ferrari. They want to drive Lexus. And the big criminals will want to drive G-Wagon. So they made it available for everybody. As long as you have a job, you check your affordability, now you will now be driving the cars that you can on installment. That's how it is. So if you have 10 cars, that shows that you are earning well. If you have 2, that shows that you are trying. If you have 1, that shows that you are, grappling. But the wise people, instead of using it to buy cars, they use it to buy homes, houses all over the place. Go into real estate. Go into a formidable businesses that will fetch them. But people who want to now act as if they belong, just like, because a politician, they need to furnish themselves, even though they are nothing. They need to furnish themselves. They need to show you everything that is actually attractive around them. They need to show it to you, because they are not used to these things. I am now telling you the reason why you find things shiny around him. You need to show you these things, because in their life history, they are not exposed to things, luxuries. They are not exposed to luxurious things. So that is the reason why there is adage in our place that says, if you don't know that you are going to become a king, that order, the thing you're supposed to put in your hand, you can even put it in your neck, put it everywhere part of your body, so that when you pass, people must know that you are an onions and also. because it is something you don't know that you will ever achieve, so you want to brag about them. That is exactly what he is doing. He is Onya John is in Nigeria. Ask him. As a result, psychological report of what he is showing, what he discharges to the public, it shows you that his upbringing, he is those type of people who does not have TV, you know, that go to the windows of our neighbors to watch TV. That is the type of person you see here. That is the reason why he want to bring everything that he believes that is attractive in front of your screen to show as if he has arrived. Now, knowing that these are the things that was moving him while growing up, now he is using it to attract you, for you to think, this guy has everything. He has no reason to lie. This guy, he has nothing. He has nothing. Why do you think that people go to Germany, people go to Europe, America to go and buy used material, okrika, and they come back to Nigeria and sell it to you? You are saying it is the original. It is okrika. It is original. It is okay. It is second hand. This as a result. Why do you think that people who live there cannot buy those things and use it and brag for you? Don't you think, don't you know that a lot of people in America, no motobulu made kafana anya? Don't you think that is accident car that they are driving? If they want to use it to brag for you, most of the people in the Western world, they are driving motobulu mad. Ega kukwa. That is exactly as a result. You go there to buy your all these things you see as luxury, which is rejected of Ndocha, rejected of insurance and Oyibo people. You go there and buy it. Why do you think that somebody who is already there where you normally travel to go and buy this thing cannot bring these things together? They are not paying duty fee to bring it to their home. They just buy it, pick it up, bring it to their home, use it and do June, July for you. All you know is you will be captivated. Which I've said in several occasions that so many people who come to his platform, they are not coming there to listen to him. That is the reason why none of the things and his lies is going to sink in, because there will be always something that will make you to lose focus. There is always something in that platform that must make you to lose focus. Once you go in, you will be looking at shiny. You will say, this guy, is he a collector? As some of you who understand what collector means. Is he a collector? And you will not even try to listen to his, his stories or what he is bringing out. You only are, interested in his background. By the time you know it, that day is gone. The lie has been told. All you go to the comment section when you realize, hey, Belima, you are doing good. Hey, Belima, that is it. These are the things that our people need to emancipate from. All these small lies. That is the same way that somebody will come and tell you, bring your mother's head, they will do money ritual for you. You go and bring, believing that it is the way it is. They will lie to you. You will go and do it because you believe that you saw a cake and you saw a calf. Everything you see is not fact. Some of them are perspectives. It is not everything you see that is fact or hear that is fact. That is it. But you people in the zoo, everything you see is indeed a fact. Everything you see is indeed a fact. You don't know. Why do you think magicians thrive? Magicians come to do something that they have ability that you do not have. So will you call what they do a fact or the truth? You wouldn't call what they do a fact, because they are magicians. That is the reason why the wise told you that not everything you see that is indeed the truth. Some of them are perspectives. That is it. Now, going to what brought us to all this analysis. Nigeria politics is deception. Nigeria politics is deception. Whoever that practices Nigeria politics is a criminal in disguise. They have a special ability. That is the reason why 200 million people in Nigeria does not know that they are being exploited in the last 60 years. In the last 6 decades, more than 6 decades, you don't realize that you are being exploited, because they refine and refurbish the same story, tell you over and over again, you buy it. I will build good road. When they come 2 years, you start crying. This is the worst governor. Tomorrow another one will come. I will build a good road. I will give. He will not do anything. This is the worst governor. Tomorrow you will continue going there. This is the worst governor. It becomes a norm. You get used to it. You don't complain again. You will be suffering and smiling, showing teeth while you are suffering. That is the reason why you see some people, even though they are dying, they are smiling. Once a law causing on Aramman. That is exactly how it is. Now, I told you that the reason why this guy came to do that threat he did on our first lady, claiming it is an advice, because he knows his criminal syndicate in their in that syndicate which they are. What I mean by syndicate, in that group which they are as criminals or as ectoparasite on IPOB. Now they know each other. They know exactly. Many of them might be fighting each other, including what you see, this one, Delilah, Nelly. If you see them, you think that they are not still having the same agenda. The fact that they have their own personal problem, just like Nigeria politicians, when they have their personal problems, they might be fighting. But once this one shifts from party to party, you will find them that they are no longer fighting. They are supporting each other. You saw that from Feni Fameka Yode. You saw that from Andy. Tony Akowalolmi Ofuma. You saw it. This is the politics that these people are playing with your mind. Including Kanu Takan, all of them. When you see, you think they are all in it together. That is the reason why you see people like Chiamaka, nonsensical human being, will come out to tell you, I am disappointed. Our first lady is this. You look at the idiot talking. You ask the idiot. Ever since this shenanigans started, you are part of those conspirators. And now you come to call our leader's wife that she is a suspect because Kanu Takano. Because Kanu Takano instigated you or motivated you. Because Mazi Mazi, the Kanu wife, never said that Kanu Takano called her on phone. That is the reason why you see all these things. The criminal criminals, they know themselves. Once you debunk them, whether constructive or or plainly, they will come out because they know. That's why they are called the creams. He came to say that he shouldn't answer question about your husband, which is the question, any Biafrans that is in their right senses will first of all ask that question. How is your husband? How is he faring? Because we know you are the only one who is going to give us the right information that nobody will doubt, because this is your better half we are talking about. How is your husband? He knows this is the first question anybody will ask. He say, don't answer question about your husband. Secondly, he knows there is uncertainty in IPOB, courtesy caused by them, their syndicate, which has many branches. Of course, so many of them are fighting because of conflict of interest. Now, ask, what do you think about the DOS? I am so happy that the person who asked those questions is not a member of the DOS. It's a neutral person. Now ask those questions, because even the person posing those questions want to also know where to follow. Exactly. The first thing I did before I turned against Ekperima in Finland was I consulted with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through a delegate which I sent to him. That was when I turned 360 degrees. I turned in a way that, when I see that guy, I see him as a pure enemy that we are fighting, which is Janjaweed. That is the reason why I asked you to I told you to ask him, where did he come from? Because, and that delegate is as a result of bringing Barrister Ejiofor that time that he came to my platform to confirm, because all these criminals, they are always proactive, trying to tell you are lying, trying to tell you did not do this. That was as a confirmation of it. Ejiofor came to my platform. Now, at the end of all these things, today somebody came to that every Biafra is yearning to know where to follow, to know who is who, to know who is to follow, but not those awakened ones like us, because as an age anya more kachalacha. Of course, there are many people who need to go back to nursery school or early childhood development. Now, when you think about it, the questionnaire asks, what do you think about the DOS? Which is a question that must be asked, because we are now asking somebody who is not going to have a conflict of interest or interest in any fight. She is just going to tell you the way it is, because as you may know it in your Christendom or your Christian religious knowledge, that a wife and a man becomes one, and that is the reason why you call this one better half, the other one better half. You ask her, no conflict of interest, no standing with anybody. All she cares about is to tell you the truth. But because of ignorant people, that truth, some of them must come constructively. because atwolo malo malo atwolo ofeko ofenyi sinofia. Because of security reasons, some of them will come constructively. The answer. Then he told you about the DOS. He told you about how she got to platforms which they wanted to use to manipulate her, to bring her into the platform. She told you she went to the platform. There is nothing wrong with going to the platform because they were talking about praying for her better half. You know, it is as a result of now, I will see some group of people who say that, who are my fans? Some group of fans of Judge Money. They now say, they write to me, Judge Money, we are praying for you today because we see that the enemy we are fighting is now also against you. Judge Money, would you mind joining us in a prayer session? If I say no without a cogent reason, that means I am disrespectful to those who call themselves my fans. Are you paying attention? Without knowing what was their plan. And at the end of the day, she told you there is nothing wrong with people who say they are praying for the husband. That is the reason why Bible says, so that is exactly what brought her to that platforms. And there is nothing wrong with it, as long as they called her for prayers. Now, they made use of that path also. They utilized that path to say there is nothing wrong with going to platforms, without now explaining or expatiating to their mugus exactly what she meant by saying such thing, or the reason why she came to that platform, because she has a reason for going to those platforms. What was the reason? The reason is that because they call it prayer for her husband, for her better half, she will not deprive you of praying for the man you claim to love, which is her husband, that is her better half. So she has to, give you that respect and benefit of doubt, regardless of what she thinks, because it is important that if these people, you suspect them to be your enemy, keep them closer. If you keep them closer, then you will understand their heart. The adage that says, keep your enemy closer, keep your friends close, keep your enemy closer, so that you will understand their next move. And they made use of her. They wanted to useless her name. They want to use her to shine in the autopilot, that she was there when they were doing naming ceremony of a to actually replace her husband. That was the plan, and it failed, because Chukwu Okike Abiama has the final say. Now, as it failed, they went ahead with their naming ceremony anyway. Is it not the same Bridget who anointed the Ekperima, that the same Ekperima and the same Bridget are now having conflict of interest? Why are they fighting? Conflict of interest does not mean they do not still have the same agenda, but conflict of interest, it could be conflict of interest that you are getting super chat, you are getting more money, and we are here, we are depending on you to make us get our own money, but you are playing games. Just the same thing that happened between Nelly, Pomo Boy, and all these people before they separated, because Ekperima is making the cash there in his platform, while the people that are waiting for what he need to do for the politician to release the money, they are waiting forever. So they got tired of it. They want him to turn a wall. Instead of being constructively attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they want him to come, full time to say this and this and that, knowing what was the reason for inviting her. So now you will begin to understand when the manipulation started. It's been a while. Now, because he knows that answer she gave, there is nothing, because they expected her to come and start gossiping. Intellect does not have time for gossip. The reason why she does not have time for gossip is because many people are looking up to her. That's why she can, if she actually came there and start saying things in details, I will get out of that platforms. I wouldn't watch it because it wouldn't make sense. But the way she came in, said the things, dropped the message, and out, respect. That's how it is. Now, because the enemy is very, the enemies that you see, they know that you don't have ability to decode a metaphor. You don't have ability to understand a constructive argument. You don't have ability to understand the constructiveness in English language. They will always use it against you and manipulate you. That's why when all these things, the interview was done, let's go to show you what Ekperima came to tell his audience. And we are not only going to show you what he said to his audience. Remember, we told you that is how it is going to be. I notified you, just like I have notified you that after this, the next agenda is to start attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because that is the only place that they have to explore. Because if you frustrate them with the truth, with the ones that they are using, they will be frustrated and now stretch the attack. Because that is the final area that they have to explore. They've been doing it constructively prior to the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. They've been doing it from disrespecting him, from disrespecting everything, the structure and everything he put in place. They will now start fighting him. So now let us listen to what he said after the interview. Let me move back a bit so that you will see where we are going. Listen attentively.
Our expectations were met, and then also I want to use this opportunity to thank the wife of our leader, Madam Uchechi, the wife of our leader.
Now, when you want to understand the word constructiveness, or constructive, rather, this is the epitome of being constructive. And constructive can work in different ways. Being constructive can work in different ways. Now, it can be used for a good purpose. It can be used for a negative purpose, which is what he is doing. He is actually building a preamble, a background to undermine the ability of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife. So for him to have a safe landing or soft landing in his attack, he has to start constructively by starting to say, we want to appreciate our law. We want to do this, we want to do that. That is how he built his preamble. You will think Yeah, so many of you will be carried away. You say, even after all how he was exposed today, he was still humble, he was still saying, you don't know. That is the emotion they want to bring to you. They are creating a background on how to start their footing. Now, let's listen.
For a wonderful outing. I thank her so much. And like I expected, the questions and the reason why they drag her out, they failed. You can imagine questions to whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mental state, whether he is fit and all that, relationship, about the family, whether the family is supporting her, whether that is negative or positive and all that. So I thank you very much, our wife, for the intelligence you displayed today. And then of course, those who will say, did you listen to Radio Biafra? I don't listen to Radio Biafra, and I don't think many of you did. We watch the program from a different third-party channel, and because it is the wife of our leader, so it does not matter, you know, that particular coming to talk defies everything. So even if she appeared today on BBC Igbo, everybody will troop in to BBC Igbo to listen to what she have to say. So now we don't listen to BBC Igbo. So anybody, any day she comes to BBC Igbo will want to, they are going to have many Biafrans, because everybody will be eager to know what she wants to say. So I applaud her for that, for the maturity in answering question. And if in any way during the time of this her interview she said something that you don't like, at least welcome it.
Now, this is another constructive intro. If there is any way she said something you don't like, welcome it. Welcome it. This is how he is going to now, like I told you earlier, he is building a background in order to start his attack. That is exactly, because what he is doing here is making fool of himself, believing that he is making fool of the person he is talking about. He is making fool of himself. Continue.
If at the point, you know, at any point in time, she said something that didn't go well with you, especially those of you in autopilot and all that, don't get angry. You know, don't get angry, okay? Because we want her to talk about us. We want her to, to say whatever she wants to say against us.
Okay.
That is what is a welcome development. Let her talk against us.
We want her to say whatever she wants to say about us, because we don't care. Are you paying attention? Okay. What do you understand in that regard? We want her to talk about us because we don't care. After all, we are not taking orders from anybody in the DSS dungeon. How are we going to take orders or listen to the wife? Are you listening to it? This is exactly where it is heading. The most important thing I do is that I tell you, and I tell you where you are. I push you. I tell you where you are going to fall. That is exactly what I did here. They don't care of what she has to say. They don't care of what she thinks. They don't give a damn of anything about her. All they continue is doing what they are doing regardless. If Facebook kick you out, join back. If they kick you out, bring yourself back in, please. I saw how they kick you out. Now, that is exactly what this guy is doing. That anything coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't care about it. All they do care about is what they are doing, which is exploiting Biafrans. Just like I've been saying, how can somebody tell you they want to go to war? But the same people who want to go to war does not have soldiers. How can somebody tell you, lie to you in several occasions, they control ESN, and you continue to give them money, leaving the right channels that you're supposed to use to support ESN? But every day they will come and report to you, Fulani jiwe kidnap on Okigwe, Fulani jiwe kidnap on Alokbanta. These people were now Ebubago this that, but they control ESN. What does that tell you as a wise Biafran you are, that ever since they start pushing that narrative, they control ESN, they do this, we tell you they are labeling ESN, which makes ESN job so difficult. What do you think? Because it never happened to your family members. Fulani never meet your family members. That is the reason why you will still be saying autopilot. His family members is Fulani, so there is no way it will touch them. Now, you are now moving away, shifting the needles from the eye of the machine. It is only going to break the needle. If you shift the needle from the eye of the tailoring machine, once you start the terror, it will hit into a surface that is not supposed to hit into. It breaks the needle. As a result of one criminal who came to tell you, who came to implement divide and rule in IPOB, which is Western agenda on Africa. Divide and rule strategy, because divide and rule is the highest, the strongest strategy that they can use to manipulate and destroy every organization that is very strong. That is the reason why, because he want to put his name in a history book, that what the whole politician and the whole Nigeria could not do, that Eberima did it. Because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brag that not in 1 trillion years, you believe that it is going well with some people, you think that they are taking it lightly. They want to challenge. They want to challenge. They want to go into the history book that they did it. Is he not somebody that will want to go and fly a plane? And 9/11, it was somebody who flew the plane of 9/11. Their name is in the history book, that they flew the plane of 9/11. That's what they want. Some people does not care about how their names got into the historic book. All they want is their name to be there. That is how stupid they are. Don't you think people go and commit suicide? Why do you think terrorists are going on a suicidal mission? Because they were told that when you go to heaven, they will give you 500 virgin, and your name will never be forgotten in this world. That's why they go on a suicide mission. The same way this guy is on a suicide mission today. Are you paying attention? He said that let her say whatever she wants. They don't care. Listen, let's continue.
But what we don't want her to do is to fall into the trap that the criminals are setting. For her to come to public and start talking about family issues and all that. So in that part, we have won, and we applaud her for.
In that part, he claimed that they have won. Now, if I may bring to you the broadcast I made in a white, jacket, in a white fluffy jacket, which I told you that the reason why they are doing what he did what he did from the beginning, it was only to tell you that they are the ones who shift the needle, who shift the perspective, who controls the narratives. That is exactly the reason why he ran out to say, you shouldn't answer question this, you shouldn't answer question that. That was exactly what happened there as a result of what I told you. Immediately the broadcast, the constructive argument with the law finished, he ran so swiftly, and he came and started telling you that they control the narrative, which is just what you heard now, that they won, meaning that they control the narrative. That was the plan. And of course, I told you this. I told you before it happened, because we are always ahead of time. I am trying to see if you will be able to see that broadcast, because it is actually, let me show you, because I believe that so many people did not see that broadcast, because it was not a live broadcast, it was a pre-recorded podcast. It was a podcast rather. Now listen to it.
Being very smart, and of course
you might not be able to hear that, but that was the broadcast. That was the broadcast. It is in my page. It is on my page at Judge Money Blog TV. You will find that broadcast. You can check it out. You will see that everything I said there, as a result of it, he came to tell you that they have won, because I told you they want to push the narrative. They want to act like they are the ones who controls the narrative, that they know what is going to happen tomorrow. That is as a result of it, is what you just saw now. You saw that broadcast. I placed him in front of that video. If you see that video, he is in front of that video where him and the new car he bought with the Biafrans money he stole from you. That is him and the new car he bought with the money he stole from you. If you go to that broadcast, you will see it. Now, let us continue. Let us continue. Let me close that. Is interrupting. Now, let us continue. Listen attentively.
Our early advice has actually prepared her to to what she displayed today. So I thank her for that, for not allowing them to use her. And then also I want to inform Biafrans that if you look at the way they asked her question, you find out that these people are even without shame upon the fact that we have actually explained and exposed the questions they want to ask. They still went further to ask those questions, which we have addressed, as we are advising our leader's wife. They went ahead to ask those questions. We advised her not to answer question about, the siblings of our leader, the family, and all that. That's exactly the question they asked. They asked her not to answer question about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when I say don't answer question about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's not about when they ask her about what is the case going on. No, it's about her, her state, her mental state, her physical state, and his mental state, his physical state, and his well-being. So that's exactly what I meant by don't talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they still went ahead to ask those questions.
Now, why are you so scared? Why are you pushing to know about his? Because definitely, that you want to know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mental state. That is exactly what these people are so concerned with. They want to know his mental state, so that they want to know if he is still able to recall everything that transpired. That is the reason why. This is just, reverse psychology. What he played here is a reverse psychology. To know the mental state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to know if he is losing his memory, if he has lost it because of the solitary confinement which they have, placed him after failing to kill him in Kenya. Now he is now coming to act as if it was not exactly what he is also yearning to hear. What is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mental state? We continue. He says, are you afraid? What are you afraid of? After now he told you that they won, and you will now begin to understand what I said from the beginning, that he wants to act as if he pushes the narrative. He wants to act as if he controls the narrative, because he knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lolo will come constructively, and you will not understand the constructive argument. Now let's continue to listen to Eberima in Finland. Then it will be clearing up.
I want you people to understand that I am not a Dibia, I am not a prophet, but believe me, I am better than many Dibia. I'm better than many prophets. So I saw everything they wanted to ask, and I came publicly to say it. Before they say we have somebody is there and they are coming to give me information. So I kept quiet. Today,
now he claimed, because he is actually trying to push you to believe that there is somebody from which coven, so that you might be scared of him. That is exactly what he is trying to decorate here. But now let me now take you to the true story. You will now believe. So because he knows that everybody has a critical experience. What she did by uncle or by family friend. These things, they have psychological effect on people that you might not understand. So those things now affected her, and because she's supposed to be a good human being, when she came there, she is a person that has experienced so many disappointments in her life. Because she is loose. Nelly is a somebody that if you come to her life, she will open her life up for you. If she is still in the line of being a good human being, I think they have dropped our Twitter. I believe we are no longer live on Twitter. I don't know. Be a bad guy. While forcing it, she is going to be meeting people only that will exploit her in that bad city, in deceiving and manipulating people. But she does not have a ability to jump out of her chair. She does not have a secret. That's why they use her and dump her. Now, one way it is out of the that might even that will help human being to thrive in life. It is only to do negative stuff. If I am not mistaken, if my memory still serves me right, you will never use that knowledge to do something beneficial to the nation or to the nation building, or telling you that your brother, your wife, your children, your siblings will bring a message, give him information. All this
being threatened by America and the United Kingdom.
As if he cares. Take IPOB. You directed all these funds. You siphoned them. You used them to buy yourself a new car. In Mercedes, in Finland, you know that she is fine. If this money you redirected is the money that is supposed to be used to take care of her, if she is dependent on this to be taken care of in the absence of her husband, if it was the money that is supposed to be used to be taking care of her, you say you believe they are fine. That is your belief. When you don't know, you did not even call them. You now bragging, I have not spoken to her, I have not called her on phone. That is why, because you cannot stand them on the phone. Will she even talk to you when you came to kill, to steal, and to destroy? When you are ectoparasite on the initiative of the husband. So you are bragging that you never called her on phone. Let's continue to listen.
Talking to her on the phone, I don't have anything against her and all that, but you know, because of all this futuristic making something out of nothing, so I decided to keep away, because I know she will be fine and I know the family will be fine. There are people that are calling her.
How do you know? You know she will be fine and her family will be fine. There are people that are calling her. Who are those people? Bridget, who want to manipulate her to crown you to replace her husband position. Now you know there are people that are calling her. The same people you called, you said that Bridget is an evil woman, so you allowed evil woman to be calling her. You allowed evil woman to be calling her because you believe there are people that are calling her. You are now pretending as if you care, but you don't give an F. That is it. You don't care. Let's continue.
And praying for her, and my prayers are with her and her kids and her children. So,
your prayers are with her and her kids and her children. Now they will collect the last one you have by telling you so a week. We are not learning Bible today, but we are coming there. One of the days we might learn Bible. Now he is coming to tell you.
And then of course when somebody is in a nation, living in a country where there is interest, where she felt threatened that people are monitoring her, and she have noticed some movement and all that, of course. And as a woman, no matter how hard you are, you can understand the psychological effect of that. So I really like the.
You claim you care, but you were trying to sabotage her coming to Radio Biafra, telling her not to tell the world about her challenges, telling her, claiming, threatening her not to discuss the challenges, her personal life. Say it, but now she said it. Now you come back to claim as if you care. How would you have known, in case if we are playing devil advocate, how would you have known if she got threatened by your threats and decided not to talk about? That is to show you, when you are flying a plane in autopilot and you did not set a direction, at some point that plane will disappear. Maybe if it passes Bermuda Triangle, it will disappear because there is no direction. It's on autopilot. Maybe if you go to Bermuda Triangle, it disappears. That's the way it is. Or the petrol will finish. This is to show you that these people, they come to talk with no direction. They come to talk with no vision. They come to talk with nothing or implementation. All they need is motivational speech and a manipulative approach, as politicians will always do to you in the past 6 decades, and they continue
the way we have been moving on. But what I have come here to do today is that, to further commend, this particular outing of our leader today.
Somebody, I see a comment here where somebody asked me, what is this guy work in IPOB? Is he there to protect Abi to do this? Is it Troy? He cannot even write correctly. My God, help you guys. So now let me answer you. My job is to make sure we protect that vertebrate column that is holding us together to get our freedom, defending it jealously. And that is indeed the reason why I was prepared for this day, because I was definitely prepared for this day. That is the reason why you didn't see me all this while on social media talking about Biafra. I was specially prepared for this day, and that is what I am doing. And so if you don't like it, you get out of here. You bounce. If you don't like what I am doing, you bounce. It means that you are the enemy. You go and join your fellow enemies and you continue your sabotage, because it ain't gonna stop us. Your write-up in the comment section is my drive, because you will be trying to write something that will bring my spirit down. It gives me a morale to continue, because it means I am talking to somebody. If you don't give me that reaction, that means I am not talking to somebody. It is my drive. I am not actually pretending about it. That is exactly what it is. Now let us continue.
Have come to do something very, very important as we go into the exposition of how
he is so worried, he is so against this implementation of IPOB. Fool. The death is been, you are violating the dead people. Above all, the chemicals you are using to try to keep this body dry or whatever, it is actually belong to 6 feet to nourish that ground, in order for the ground to produce things that will give you oxygen, good oxygen. That's why we are being fed to the ground. That is why we are being planted. And when you plant a human being on the ground, they germinate. They give you oxygen. They give you fertile land. They give you all these good things that life will bring. They will actually now reincarnate, because now you have united them with the earth where they came from. Now their spirit will now. How many times people even sleep in burial grounds? People sleep in burial grounds where you call cemetery. Have you seen a ghost there? But to go and sleep in Nigeria burial ground, go and sleep in your village burial ground. So that is how it is. These things, they have natural effect. They have natural impact on our ecosystem. They have natural impact. They have impact, negative impact rather, in our ecosystem, because you are planting a chemical on the ground. How many months, you are planting a chemical that will now make your soil to be infertile. You are sterilizing the soil. You are sterilizing the earth that's supposed to give you oxygen, that's supposed to give you food, that is supposed to give you many things. Why don't you bury that body and wait for however time you want to wait for to do the burial ceremony? That is the reason why Janjaweed will come to tell you that burying loved ones in the time you are burying them, it is actually against, it is a Islamic law, without him telling you that Islam, they bury immediately. And this same person now, that reminds me that this same Efulefu is the same person who tells you that he want to build another Israel in Africa. Hello? Yes, I'm in a meeting. Are the reason why our people will be there. You will be like a human being smelling like dead bodies. Now, let's continue.
Got them, and that's exactly what the Biafra people did. So immediately, all different Igbo culture, Igbo organization, Biafra organization, all of them, came out to denounce such thing, and of course, it didn't end well. So I'm going to first of all start by bringing reports.
Why did you not ask him to show you where the Igbo culture or Igbo organization came out to say it did not end well? Or he went and bring something him and his fellow Gota media that is politically drive to come and tell you if you give them money, they write anything. If you give them money, they write rubbish. Now let's continue.
Of the Nigeria newspaper reportage of,
okay.
You know, what is
I'm happy you said Nigeria newspaper. I am very happy for you to say Nigeria newspaper reported. Now let's continue.
Of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those that our leader wife appeared on their program today, so that you understand what we are doing. All right, so let us go there. First of all, I am going to bring a report which says IPOB warning Igbos to bury their dead in 3 days is Islamic agenda. I think I should start with...
People are so ignorant of the truth. He is continue to tell you for you to know how illiterate he is. He continue to tell you that burying people in 3 days is the Islamic agenda. For you to see how ignorant, how illiterate he is, very illiterate, that it is Islamic agenda. 3 days, like I tell you, Islamic people, if their loved ones die 12 midnight, they are going to start making preparation for burial before the sun will set in the morning. Even they must bury that body before the sun will set. That is the way it is. But he tell you 3 days is Islamic agenda. Is he not a fool, fooling himself, making mockery of his ignorance, making mockery of his stupidity? That's exactly what he's displaying here. Now I'm going to leave him here. Now there is some video which I saw about our people Dudua land, because if you see this video here, let me open it for you to see. This is the video, and let me actually bring it so that you will see what I am talking about. I think we're having some hanging. So when you see this video here, then you will understand that this video you are seeing here on this screen, it is a video of our people. It is alleged that our people's businesses were destroyed in Lagos State, Lekki side. Now, what do I have to say about it? It is as a result of... Okay, let's play the video first. Let us play the video first. Let's play it. Is it even coming out? Let me remove this. Let's see. Okay, I have to now bring the video back again. I think it's not playing. Let me bring it back to the screen.
Shop by more than 500 shops. We pass. Where are you? o mere na Lekki Jakọ ndị gbara na Lagos steeti ha sa lawa bai na iwere ala ha zara shop anyị wee zarie ọkwa ala anyị nọkwa na-eme biznes wa ala igoro ego echi na azụgara arịa sị na ala awụ ala anyị na anyị lawa ebe anyị si wee bịa atụtụrụ more than 500 shop.
Now when you look at this, no sentiment, no emotional attachment, you will understand that it is indeed time to go home. It is indeed time to go home, because even if there is somehow, somewhere they are going to actually, try to consider you. Of course, the governor of Lagos State, in the likes of Sanwo-Olu, is a puppet of Tinubu, and and all of you today, if they kick you out, bring yourself back in. If they kick you out, bring yourself back in. All of you who are in Lagos State, because I know that it is not our Oduduwa brothers that are doing this. Remember that the only thing that the Fulani will always want to do is to make sure that they destroy the relationship between us and our Oduduwa brothers. Now, as governor of Lagos State is a puppet of Tinubu, because Tinubu placed him there, and Tinubu is, APC product, which is led by Buhari today. Fulani controlled government. Now, because Tinubu is, as a result, is an APC-led candidate who is seeing the support you are giving to Igbo presidency. That is the reason why you are paying this sacrifice, because you are showing your support to Igbo presidency. As a result of choosing that Igbo presidency, that is the result you are receiving today. You are paying all this sacrifice. Is it worth it? That is what you are going to ask yourselves, because they know that all of you that is out there supporting Peter Obi, as long as you are Igbo person. So the only way to get back at you is to push that agenda, to make sure that all these places where you people are coming from, you are in that place is getting money. Then now you are saying Peter Obi, Tinubu, Baba went well, he go shout to Milokon. After shouting a Milokon for Tinubu, is Tinubu Jagaban? Is Tinubu right? Because you sing Baba went well, they shout a Milokon. What do you think will happen to you? Because you are giving your support to Igbo presidency. That is as a result of it. I am not telling you what to do, but all you will be asking yourselves, is this sacrifice worth it? Because you have seen that the Fulanis, they are well aware that they are no longer. Now, that's by the way, because the oligarchy, the power of Fulani on the indigenous people is getting contraction, or rather it is diminishing day after day, because the Oduduwas are working and they are making sure they don't come to conquer them. Biafrans is in a limbo. Wherever you are that is not Biafra land, across that zoological republic, your future there, your properties there, everything you have is in a limbo. There is 50-50. So if you don't start now, you may never finish. And that you start now does not mean that you are going to finish. It takes a wise person to know what time is it and start packing to heading home. There is something people are saying that people, where you are going to understand that it is time of speaking out. The time for speaking out is now. You need to start speaking out for your people to know the truth. Don't wait when you are so old that you can no longer move. You know that you are very close to your grave. You will say, let me speak the truth. That one you are speaking that time is inconsequential, because Akwụkwọ Nsọ said there is no repentance in grave. Speak it when it is very, very necessary. Because a lot of people believe that they can only speak the truth when they are old. Now, there is something Miyetti Allah said here. The same way they came, remember how Ebubagu was created? Miyetti Allah came to say they are going to come and start helping the locals in Imo State to start defending Imo State. Ebubagu now came in. Ebubagu came. And what is Ebubagu doing? The job that Fulani headsmen in your bushes who were raping, killing, and dehumanizing your people in their farmland. The job that they could not do from the bush. Ebubagu militia created by Dave Omai and Hope Uzodimma is the same people now doing the bidding of Fulani. Now Fulani is now operating in different dimensions. Other Fulanis, because these are the Fulanis doing this job of Ebubagu. Now the other ones are now operating from different dimensions. They come out, they kidnap, they run back. This is what they are doing today. Because if you look at this same person, let me bring him to the screen, you will remember what I am talking about. I am going to bring that video back because I have that video. I am going to bring it back to your screen, maybe tomorrow morning. But first of all, let me bring this guy to your screen, and so that you will understand.
A newspaper report indicating that the Miyetti
we are talking about. Now, look at it. I hope this guy on this side, you recognize him. Let me.
Alakato Hore, also known as Miyetti Allah, has instructed
it is only in Nigeria that 14 people will be killed in a cold blood, unarmed, innocent people coming out from a wedding ceremony. We are killed. It was swept under the carpet. It was swept under the carpet, just like that. Now, if Africans are being killed in Africa, what are you going to say about the Africans that are being killed in the United States? Of course, you saw police brutality. Is it in Columbus, Ohio? In Ohio, you saw police brutality. Open a door, shoot at somebody who just woke up from their sleep. Shoot them. And you came back there, a white police officer shooting at a person who woke up from the sleep, and still came there after shooting him on target. They came there and start forcing him and claiming that he's resisting arrest. And I have that video. I will still make a special exposition with that. They are killing you everywhere. How do you think these people are going to come for your aid? It is up to you to shape what you want your future to look like. It is up to you. Because the people that are killing you, they are not security that is there to secure you. They are terrorists that, remember that they are integrating terrorists into military, into every security apparatus in Nigeria. Now, they bring these people that you've been chasing out of your land, now use one of your someone you call your own, the one you call is from Mozambique, Igbo Mozambique, to now front him to be the leader. Because him and Hope Uzodinma, they are the same people in the same fraternity. That is the reason why they now use him to now lead the Fulani agenda in killing you. 14 killed in a cold blood. I have never seen where that such thing happened. Lekki Tollgate massacre swept under the carpet. I have never seen where such thing happened. Only in Africa. Only in Africa. So why do you think that the white people will not be pulling out gun and killing you in the name of their police brutality? Because you kill your own. When a white man kill you, you make it a story. But when you kill your own, it is not a crime. Who is lying to who here? Doesn't matter who kill you. It doesn't matter who kill you. All that matters is that you are killed. And you need to find a way to navigate that conundrum. Because it is a sticky situation that you have to navigate. Otherwise, it will continue. Those people that are dying, they are children to a parent. They are uncle, they are parents. They are siblings. So, it is them today. What about you tomorrow? You must do something until something happens. You protest for 1 day, 2 days. You go back home. Who is fooling who here? Of course, you are fooling yourself. Tomorrow, don't come and say that every time you come on the media, they are killing us, so they are doing this, so what are you doing to stop it? Everybody is now a comedian in Biafra land. Everybody is now a comedian. Nobody is willing to be brutal about what they believe in. You have to do something to help yourselves. Coming to the media have not helped you to tell us they are killing also. They are killing also. Start a revolution. Since they are killing you when you are doing nothing, do something. Start a revolution. If they don't end the bubag, don't go home. That's how you end something, and they will know you are serious about it. Not you protest for 2 days, for 2 minutes. Tomorrow you come out and protest for 2 minutes. You go home. You believe these are the same people who are recycling one thing for the past 6 decades and selling it to you and lying to you. You still vote them in. What makes you think that they will listen to your 2 days protest? Why did they end SARS? Almighty SARS, killing machine, organ harvesting machine. Why did they end it? If they didn't end SARS, I don't think Ekweremadu will need a boy to go to UK or Britain to go and change organ for the child. All he need to do is SARS, please find me organ. or organ, you know. That is all you need to do. But they ended SARS. That is the reason why you need to take a fresh person, flesh and blood, and to go and harvest. When you connect all these dots, it brings you to, you need to do something for something to happen. If I know that if I keep quiet, I die. If I talk, I die. Why can't I start talking? At least when you talk or when you react, people might see you, and some good Samaritan who might see you and decide to come and help. But when you are, hey, they are killing us, they are killing us, they are killing us, military, where say that we are not the one killing us? What? Very soon, that killing, I am already seeing the report that Soludo have joined the chorus also, which I have to confirm again. If you don't stop that killing in Imo State, you will still see it more in Anambra State. If you don't stop it in Imo State, you will still see it in Anambra State very soon. Because these people, they just create criminals without training, without taking them through rehabilitation. Because they tell you, if you are aboro, if you are a criminal, if you do this, we give you amnesty. Now those people, their amnesty is reintegrating them to protect the society, because the mind of a black man, you believe that it is better to give the azu to Gijidegi. You don't know that will be, if he doesn't bite that's a fish that you gave it to hold for you, it will be actually smelling it. It is poisoning the fish. That's what you do not understand. You bring criminals, you bring terrorists to come and start being a security in your land. Stupidity of the highest order. Stupidity in the highest order. That is the reason why sorry for that interruption. Standing in front of the light for a very long time gives me sinus. So that is it. You are bringing a criminal to secure your land, bringing a terrorist to safeguard innocent civilians. That is to show you, if you leave your faith to in the hands of these politicians that are very, very selfish, you know, very, 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 very selfish, you will lose that life. If you fight to protect your life in the name, let me go home and hide, let me not speak, you will lose that life. It is better for you to start being productive about your challenges, because if you are not, if you are waiting for United Nations to know you are dying, you are fooling yourself. If you are waiting for US to come and for your aid, you are dying. You are fooling yourself. They have not reported genocide prior to 1967. Women and children was killed through hunger and starvation. Do you know there is no genocide that is worse than that? There is no genocide worse than that. BBC underreported it. They censored it, just like they always do. But when it comes to promoting propaganda, media propaganda against a nation, just like the way they were doing against Russia, the way they did against India Amin of Uganda. Of course, you know India Amin of Uganda. When they write a documentary about somebody who does not want the British oligarchy, who does not buy to their philosophy of conquering people and ruling them, they will use BBC to write a courageous propaganda against that person. When you were growing up as a human being, what did you hear about Idi Amin of Uganda? You heard Idi Amin of Uganda was eating human flesh. Idi Amin of Uganda was a evil tyranny. Do you know the only reason why they called him tyranny? Evil person eating human flesh. They even made a movie about Idi Amin of Uganda. The same way they have manipulated Biafran story, Biafra war, made a movie that is called, is it the what, something of the sun? As if it is tribal war we are fighting. They called it is it the tear of the sun or what? Just some movies they made about this. This is a propaganda. That is how they, once they want to deal with you, they build a propaganda, put it into movie. That is the reason why so many, the reason why, somebody will ask you, why does it look like musicians are now being Illuminati or into what do you call it, Freemasonry? Because music can sell a narrative to the world within one day, within 24 hours, through music. So the reason why they will censor these things and now bring it as a movie to you, hide the real documentary, because they will always have that real documentary, the original documentary. They will hide it and archive it in their archives. They will now start censoring it, doing copy and paste, cut and join. From there, they will now write a movie. Then once you watch that movie, that person automatically becomes evil. We were growing up seeing Idi Amin of Uganda as a monster in Africa. What was his offense? Because he wants white and black to work the same way. He does not want capitalism. He does not believe in capitalism. Otherwise, you live in Uganda country. That's why he crowned himself the one and the only field marshal in Africa. One and only field marshal, self-acclaimed field marshal. He told you, if you are a white man, you walk the same way a black man is walking. You do the same menial job as black man. You carry me in my cart as a white man. You must respect me as your president. Don't come and do your supremacy here. It is not allowed in Uganda. They demonized him. They demonized him through movies, showing you where he throw people into crocodiles den and the crocodiles eat them up, showing you where he put body parts in the fridge and he is eating them. Whoa, this is actually, what am I trying to say? I am trying to bring your mind to it, how they bring their media propaganda. BBC is #1 media propagandist in the world. BBC, very dangerous. They use BBC in different occasions. These are their media warrior. BBC is their media warrior. That is the reason why when Biafra comes, we don't even want BBC. They can bring every other once, because BBC watched 3.5 million women and children, over 3.5 million women and children died in agony through hunger and starvation. A parent will be in front of their children. The children will be dying helpless because of British help. Nigeria locked the whole borders where food supply will come to us. And they continue to kill our soldiers, our men, just to decline our population. To decline our population, believing that they will take us up this planet. This is continue to retweet, because we need to tell our stories. They want to decline our population. BBC, if BBC will be able to show you the documentaries of the 1967 war crime committed on our people, the whole world will turn against Britain. The whole world will turn against Britain. But they will not. What they did to us, what they did to our people, they call it kwashoko, due to malnutrition. They closed the border. Not only that they closed the border, they saw that our people were still striving and still thriving, making ends meet. They now do something which I do not know what they did, and our people started dying, started becoming. It is 100/1, like 100/10. The one on top will be bigger, and now bigger than the one on the ground. Improper fraction. That's what they did to our people. And they will say they send, some people send humanitarian. That's what they will always do. NGOs send humanitarians. You propagate what will kill me. You claim you send me humanitarians. All this evil and atrocious behavior of this Britain, it need to come to an end. And BBC, the whole world must know that they are propaganda machine. Coming to the Idi Amin of Uganda. Idi Amin of Uganda was a great man who believed and ready to die in what he believed. He believed in equality. He's not that evil that they painted him to be. You might say that he did not do much in his country, that there was hunger in the land. That is as a result of not allowing the European and the white to supremacy them. They will use sanction to mess you up. They will use sanction to mess you up. That is as a result of that, he was not able to do something productive to the countries, because he does not want those people to supremacy him and his country. He wants equality for it. He wants the job a black man can do, a white man can do it. If it is to carry him, a white man can still do it. What is wrong with that? Why does it need to be capitalism? Why must there be capitalists in every nation? Why is it not easier for everyone if the national cake is divided equally? Because it is going to combat inequality, bring equity, inculcate what is called equality in the eyes of the law. When every man will be equal in the eyes of the law. That is exactly what this man believed in. They demonized him. They painted him, polish him, change him, make him a monster that even if you dream about Idi Amin of Uganda, you will never sleep again. There are Ugandan people you might be friends with. Ask them about their president emeritus. I think Idi Amin of Uganda died at the age of 50 or 60 years old. He died in the 2000, in this 21st century. He died in 21st century. That's the way it is. Dude. Yes, before that time I'm coming to the office. Yes, yeah, I'm coming to the office. Yes, yeah. So sorry for that interruption, I gotta go. So great Biafrans all over the world, we should not forget that BBC is never good for anybody. BBC is not good for your freedom fighting in Africa. BBC is not there to support your integration. BBC is not there to support your transitioning into a new development, or taking part in 4IR blessings. BBC is not there. They are there to demonize you. They are there to carry out a propaganda. They are propaganda machine. Have you asked yourself, why is it that there are no more propaganda coming out of Russia? Because Russia chased away all these people. Every day Russia this, so every day Ukraine he chased them away, including CNN. He chased all of them away. Otherwise, by this time now, you will be seeing him with a Bokavite teeth. Now, what goes around will always come around. Law of karma, law of nature. You can only suppress the truth for some time. You will never suppress the truth or oppress the truth for a very long time. And this generation that you want to come and continue to mess with is the wrong generation to mess with. You cannot bring this your propaganda machine to come and start lying to the world about our endeavor, about our fight for freedom. We have never said anything against anybody in Europe or America. We are only saying things that concerns us, because that is the truth. You people have been destroying us. You people have been reliant on us all these years. In order, I have a call from comrade. Yes, comrade. Yes. Greetings. I'm on. Oh, okay, all right, sure. So sorry for the interruption. It is a comrade and also a technical producer. So, and we are going to be bringing this program to an end. because we have at least done something. But before we go, I want to show you what Miyetti Allah has to say. Listen attentively.
A newspaper report indicating that the Miyetti Allah Katohore, also known as Miyetti Allah, has instructed every Fulani person in the country not to vote for the presidential standard bearer of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has garnered several reactions on social media. Well, according to the newspaper, the group described Peter Obi as a tribal bigot who represents the Biafran interests, which in turn will not favor the Fulani nation in Nigeria. In the report, the National Secretary General of the Fulani Social Cultural Group, Saleh Al-Hassan, is alleged to have said that as far as the Miyetti Allah was concerned, Obi was out of the options of persons to be voted for in the forthcoming general election. I thought this was such an inflammatory statement. I had to reach out to Mr. Al-Hassan, who actually just sent me a message saying that the journalist quoted him out of context. I want to actually read what he wrote. He said, "The journalist quoted me out of context. He asked me to analyze the strength of the presidential frontrunners for the 2023 elections, and he decided to make headlines of an aspect of my views on where Peter Obi draws his strength, which were taken out of context."